Hello, hello. Gonna update my laptop as usual.
The Roundup manufacturer has been ordered to pay.
Commercial. All right, happy Friday, everyone. So I forgot totally to put a reminder of the video earlier on, so I apologize about that. But I'm going to give it a minute for some people to show up here. And these spikes here look funny. I still have to cut those down. But I will talk about what project I am making today. Let me just take these out because I'm going to have to cut them down anyways. Hey, Veronica. Hi, Luz. Hey, Brandy. I won't be here too long. Had dinner with my mom for her birthday. Happy birthday to your mama. No worries. Just taking these out because I just had them there to make sure it was going to work. I'm going to have to trim them down. Vampire Slayer. Yeah, I forgot I had to, I'm going to trim those down. One of these fell. Okay, so as the title says, I'm making a Jungle Cruise steamboat. And it's, if you've never been to Disneyland, there's a ride called the Jungle Cruise. I believe Disney World has it too. So I'm making the boat itself a little bit more cutesy, so more like rounded edges versus like, you know, a steamboat. But the general concept is there. Hey Brandy Z, thanks for being here. Yeah, there's two Brandys. So I'm going to go over the details. This is a project that I did myself. I'm going to be fixing some of the glue areas here. But I'm going to go over the different pieces that I designed. I used the Silhouette Cameo and to cut everything out in the Silhouette Design Studio to make the different pieces. Okay, so I did start a little bit on the bottom portion of my boat because it does take a long time to put this together, and as usual I will try to do as much as I can with you guys on the live. Wolfie is leaving today to help out a friend for an event today, so he will be knocking on the door so I can say goodbye to him. So in case that happens, you guys know what it is. Wishing your madre a blessed birthday. So yeah, so there's that. So for the boat itself, I have this bottom portion, and it is basically two pieces of paper, one across this way and one across the other way, that I scored like every 2 inches, and I created all these little tabs. You can see them down here, how I glued them on the bottom base of this. I'm going to have to cut out another one to fit down here and cover this up with Prettier paper. And then I covered it with a longer strip of paper so you don't see all the scoring and it's a bit more rounded edges, and I'm going to cover that one more time. So it's going to be definitely super duper sturdy, super duper reinforced. The tabs that are down here I also did at the top, and I added this little lip portion here, and that covers it and it creates the lip for the boat. Right now it kind of looks like a little, yeah, like a little boat or a shoe. Hey Ruby, happy Friday. So that's what I did so far, and then there's also another piece in another oval here. What I did to create this platform in there, that's the platform where I would, you know, people would go in and sit. I used styrofoam. So I cut down big chunks of styrofoam. I just used, we tend to keep boxes, and like in this particular instance, I have a frame from Disneyland that has styrofoam. So I'm like, you know, I'm just going to steal the styrofoam from that. And I use that to create some dimension in here and stability. So styrofoam was lightweight and it created that form and that shape that I wanted in there. So that's what I have there so far. Looks like a planter. Yeah, right now it's definitely, you know, if I didn't tell you what it was, it's kind of hard to tell what it is. But the shape is going to come together once I add everything. So that's what I glued on so far. I also have the top portion. So this is the roof. I'm going to put two pieces together for reinforcement. And what's going to happen is I'm going to put like a little canopy on it. So I have that scalloped canopy. Here it is, and there's the tabs, and that's going to go right on here. And that's why you saw those at the beginning, you saw those skewers, because those skewers are going to go inside the little holes that I created. And then this is going to go across like so. And it's going to be a cute little canopy. So I'm excited for that portion. It's also going to have a little paddle here off to the side, you know, that propels the steamboat. It's going to have a steering wheel. It's even going to have life preservers and an engine, hopefully, if it comes together. It's going to have a little rectangle here for the seating area. And then I got some like cording. That's what it's called. I got some cording from Michael's because I thought it would look like mini rope instead of the twine. That actually looks a little bit more like mini rope, and I'm going to be using that. And then I bought a bunch of Copic markers that were on clearance, so I'm going to be using some of that to create some depth and dimension to all of it. I won't be using any paper collections today. This is just going to be construction paper. The construction paper I got from Michael's, and it's all Martha Stewart. And I think that has you guys pretty much caught up. Hi Nancy W, thanks for being here. Love your basket of markers. Thank you, Veronica. Hello, Holly Jolly Crafting, thanks for being here. Okay, I'm caught up. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start by reinforcing this top portion. So I have another one that I cut out, and I just realized I didn't cut the holes here, and that's okay. It's missing one little hole here. So I'm going to create that just with a poker tool because I am going to reinforce them. Since I created the holes a little too big, I made tiny little little circles with holes, and that's just going to fit these a little bit better, and it's going to reinforce it, and it looks kind of cute because it's going to be a different color, kind of like the hardware of the boat or something like that. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to glue that here to the base. How's everybody doing? How's your Friday so far? You guys doing anything special today? I know Brandy's going out to dinner for her mom's birthday. That sounds so much fun to make. Hello, Hope's Heavenly Creations. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Astrid. Yes, it's a lot of fun to put together these projects and to think about it and to just basically think about dimensions. You know, I'm glad that I did well in geometry. I still mess up here and there, but for the most part, I tend to understand it pretty well. You're calling Astrid guacamole. So yeah, so let me go ahead and reinforce this. And like I said, it's missing one little hole, but I can create that no problem. Let me just match it up here first so I know where I'm going to be creating that hole. So that's right there. Created a little indent. And use my Barely Arts glue to glue that down. You hate math. You know, I like geometry. I'm not really a math person either. I'm more of a lit brain. But I actually enjoy geometry, which was funny. It's like the one math I understood, which is probably why I'm able to make all these projects. Hello, love, and everyone else. And then, what else was I going to tell you guys? Oh yeah, well, the markers. I told you guys that I found them on clearance. I shared it on my Instagram account. If you go to your Michaels, they're not marked down. They're not in the clearance section. I think they were marked down before, but like a small portion. So not all of them are on sale, but most of them are. Fortunately, I found someone who helped me out and scanned all the different ones, and I got one of each, and I ended up with 48 markers that I got for 97 cents each, which they sell them, I think, originally like $5 a piece. So it was a really good deal. So make sure you go and check it out. Copic markers are like my favorite markers to use. Math and science are my favorite subjects. I like science. Math, eh. I wish we had a Michaels. Holly, where are you located? Are you from, are you international? Okay, I'm just gluing this down. And this is just going to create some more stability on here. And then this one, along with the other ones that I've created, which was the churro stand and the Tiki stand, the Dole Whip stand, this one, those two are going to be up for auction tomorrow on my Instagram account from 10 to 5. I do have a live at 1, but what I'm making on my live will not be up for sale. But these three will be. So it's going to be an auction, and you have from 10 to 5 to go ahead and bid on it if you want to. Veronica, no Michaels either? No, I'm in the US. My city just doesn't have a Michaels. Darn. 2 hours away. Holy mackerel. I think it's because I'm more in a, like a city, which is probably why we have Michaels. "10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when you have to bid for the auction. There will be a starting amount for the bidding, and then from there, it's minimum increments of $1 to bid. It's minimum, so you can, you know, bid 5 more, 10 more. It's up to you. But I figured it was the best way to go about it because it gives people more of an opportunity. Like if someone was working or they're not able to be there on the live, I figured I would try it out this time around and try Instagram. Especially since I've had a lot of people on Instagram asking me if I sell what I create. So I will be doing that this time around. Yeah, it won't be on the live. It will be on Instagram this time around. Figured try something different. I have several people on Instagram that are asking, and not everybody can make the lives. You know, and if it doesn't work out, doesn't pan out, I'll go back to doing it on lives. Yes, it is very exciting. Okay, so I have that on there. That was just the reinforcement. Oh, I forgot that I do want to create some shading and distressing on this. So I'm going to get a white piece of paper, and then I can test out my Copic markers and go about seeing which ones I want to use for shading. Give me one moment. I'm just using some Bristol paper, and then I will also be using another scrap of the paper that I use for the construction pieces. That way I can see how well it marks on that paper. No live. No live. It's going to be from 10 to 5 on a post. I will be posting it. Like I said, not everybody can make the lives. So 10 to 5 gives everybody an opportunity to be able to bid. Astrid. It's more to just give people a chance, you know, give them a chance to bid. Like I said, not everybody can be there at a certain time. So we're just going to try that out this time around. Okay, so let me see which of these. So this one is Pale Fruit Pink is what the color is called. So I'm going to see what color that looks like. So that looks like a pretty good color. I'm going to try it out on the actual cardstock. And then the thing about Copic markers is that they go on a little bit more wet, and then after a while they dry a little bit lighter. So here you can see that it did a little bit of coloring on the cardstock. Hey Christy, thanks for being here. You can see it did a little bit of coloring, so I'm kind of liking that one. I'll set that one off to the side, and then I'll see if there's another one that may look a little bit better. This is cool gray. I think this one would be too dark. Yeah, that's too dark. Dull ivory, perhaps that one. No, that is way too dark. I may have to see in my other Copic markers if there's something a little bit better. What do you guys think? Do you think that has too much of a pink tone in it? I'll show you guys. Hopefully it focuses on that. So it has a little bit of a pink tone to it, but it may go because the other elements are pink. Christy, you like that? My heart usually races when I watch. Yeah, it actually looked kind of cute. So I'm going to test it out because I am double layering this anyways. So I'm going to test it out and then see how I like that. When I watch the bid, oh, when you watch the bidding, your heart races. Too funny. My heart races too. Okay, so I'm going to test it out on this one since it's going to be a piece that I could layer. And if I don't like it, then I'll just layer this one. And I'll break out my distress inks instead if I'm not really liking this. Let me do this all the way around. Again, I'm only doing this because I want to create some depth and a little bit more dimension to it by adding distress markers or distress inks. You bring the project a little bit more to life. And it is a steamboat, so it has a little bit of wear and tear, but we're going to try to make it a little bit more shabby, a little bit cuter, so not too like steampunk. Sorry I'm late, but did you design this on... Yes, I did. I did this design it on Silhouette. Okay, so here is this one. What do you guys think? Do you guys like that, or should I try instead my my distress inks? Hopefully the camera picks that up pretty well. Thanks, Christy. I'm trying to bring it as close as I can to you guys. Hey, Adriana. I posted it super duper late, so no worries. It's hard to tell. It's a little bit on the edges. It's more like when you would see it in person. I think it'll work. I think I like it. I'm going to bring out my distress inks and then see how I like that. It's not visible to you guys, but loose, I can see it in person. So I'm going to bring out my distress ink and try it on the other piece and then figure out which one I like best and then layer on top of the one I don't like. Okay. So let me try it on this one. So this is definitely a little bit darker in color, this distress ink. So I may not even like it already from what I can tell. But hey, we will try it anyways, right? You never know unless you try. So I'll rub that, and I'll bring it really close to the camera so that you guys can see the difference because there is a difference. It's okay. Alright, guys. So that is as close as I can bring it to you guys. So you see one has a little bit more of a pink and the other one is more of a brown. The one behind is the one with the distress ink. The one on top is the one with the alcohol ink with the Copic markers, and it's a bit more of a pink tone. Okay. Oh, Christy, it's just this is the base, so it's pink and tan. That's what we're going for. Sorry I was late, and this is my first time here. What are you making? Hello, welcome. Let me be me. Let me know what your name is. I am making a Jungle Cruise boat themed after the ride from Disneyland. Copic? Some of you guys like the brown, some of you guys like the Copic marker. The brown tone. You guys are so funny. So split. Okay, I'm gonna try one more thing, guys. And I swear that's the last thing. I'll give you guys 3 options. Nice to meet you, Anna. Thanks for being here. You want all the markers? Holly, I know. They are addicting. I'm going in with Distress Ink again, but this time with a pink Distress Ink. This is Tattered Rose, and it's one of my favorites to use. I actually used this on the Tiki project. The Dole Whip hut, I used it on that one. I know, Luce, I saw that. Yeah, I'm not liking the brown too much because it kind of looks a little bit green to me. But now you see here, the one on top, I added the Tattered Rose. And I'm kind of liking that. It looks a little bit better. It looks a little bit more of a pink tone to it. And I think it blends in a little bit better. Tattered Rose? Okay, Tattered Rose it is. We are going with Tattered Rose. So it still gives it that distressed look, but it's not, like I said, I didn't want it to look like too grungy. Okay, cool beans. I'm glad you guys like them. So let me go ahead and distress that, and then I will distress the other piece that I already glued down. But I'm excited, guys. I am excited. I also love this ride so much at Disneyland. And it's been really fun making my own designs. Of course, I make some alterations as I work with them. But I think that's the fun part, is like figuring it out. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, so you can see that that is now distressed. Thank you, Luce. So see how pretty? It gives it a little bit more wear and tear kind of look to it. And it just kind of brings it a little bit more to life, in my opinion. So now it's time to glue that together. And because this Barely Art glue tends to dry pretty quickly, I'm going to do one section at a time so that I can keep up with how quickly it dries. Yeah, that churro stand was a lot of fun to make. The little churros took me forever, and I ended up with really sticky fingers afterwards. Okay, let me work on the next section here. Is anybody crafting? What are you up to? Are you drinking? It's Friday. I haven't had a drink in such a long time. I haven't really felt like I've wanted to. Right, Anna? Churros. Thank you, Luce. Yes. At the end, once I do everything, it's like, okay, it was worth it. You're cleaning, Luce? Are you cleaning your room or your house? Hey, Shelly's Crafty Corner. I think this is the first time I see you on here. Welcome. Happy Friday. We are making a Jungle Cruise themed steamboat inspired by the ride from Disneyland. That was my clue for you guys. Said the 8th wonder of the world, the backside of water. That's one of their jokes. The skippers, I love them because their jokes are too funny. They're too corny. They're kind of like dad jokes, but they're too funny. And that one is my favorite. Are you cleaning the house? Yes, welcome to the crafty crew. I am Captain Cat. That's what they call themselves, my misfit crew. Doing a memory dex card and drinking margaritas. Ooh, that sounds like a fun time. I agree, Anna. You have to feel like it, right? Oh no, Shelly. That's no fun. I hope it's figured out relatively quickly and inexpensively. All right. Oh, guys. I shouldn't have brought those pieces together. The reason why is that I needed to add the canopy down first and then sandwich them together. You guys already know, but I can do that afterwards. I'll cut up another piece and it's just going to create more stability. We're good. You guys already know that's how I roll around here. I happen to have gotten a little bit of ink on this. I don't know if you see that. There's a little bit of ink on there. And that's okay. It'll add to the distress look. So let me layer this. And then I will score these together. Very big job and expensive. Ouch. Sorry about that, Shelly. Just thinking ahead, wanting to make it more stable, right? I subconsciously was saying, okay, nope, this is going to need more stability. Veronica, that's why I like you. You make my happy accidents seem like they were meant to be. Hey, creating for fun. Lori, right? Thanks for being here. Happy Friday. Hey Sandra, happy Friday. See, I knew it. I knew it was Lori. So let me put this together and then I'll put the other one together and then I will score it and we will attach it to our roof piece. But see how cute? It's a layered scalloped canopy piece that's going to be attached to the little roof here. And after I score it, and actually before I score these, I'm going to distress them a little bit. Thanks for being here, guys, and then joining me on my Friday. Well, our Friday. I meant my Friday live. Aw, Lori, you're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Veronica. Shelly, I am creating a steamboat inspired after the boat from the Jungle Cruise from Disneyland, the Disneyland ride. So I designed it on Silhouette Studio, and I cut it on my Cameo 4. So if I have happy little accidents, like we call them, it's because I'm doing this, like, you know, I'm working through the trials and errors with you guys. It's how we roll around here. We learn together. Alright. Layered that piece on there. I think I may zoom you guys in a little bit. Just a tad. That was too much. There we are. Bring my chair down a little bit. Okay, I keep seeing your other videos. Awesome work. Thank you, Shelly. Did I miss Angelica? I don't see where I missed her. Okay. So let me start distressing this. And I need another piece of paper. I'm just going to use one of these guys. No, because it may be a little translucent. So let me grab a different piece. I need something a little bit bigger here. That's where I usually keep all my like this for all my distressing projects and mixed media projects. Oh, no worries, Christy. Trying to confuse me. Okay, so let me start doing my distressing here. And you guys know I like doing this angle because I'm doing mostly dimensional projects, and I want you guys to be able to see them as I put them together. All right. Try this one. And I'm using my Copic markers just so I can give that that shading and that dimension. And I'll show you guys here in a little bit. We are. Ooh. You hear the ambulance. Okay, then I'm going to go in with my Tattered Rose Distress ink. I need to get myself more of those applicators for the alcohol ink instead of using these makeup applicators, because after a while they start like disintegrating on me. Let me get my white pen. And I grab the white pen so I can give it a little bit of a look, like it has like a glossy look. I'm going for a very, very like toony kind of look to this. I want it to be very cutesy, very kind of like cartoony, like a 3D cartoon come to life. So it's very different than my other projects, but I think it's going to come together super duper cute. Another thing that I could do is I could use my acrylic paints and make that show up a little bit better. So it's kind of taking paper projects, but doing a lot of mixed media to it. I was behind the live. Okay. So this is what I have so far for the canopy. One of the edges. So you can see it has like the Copic markers gave it a little bit of a dimension. And then that white gives it a little bit of an accent on it. A little bit of a gloss look to it. So once it's all pulled together, it's just going to look super cute. But projects like these require many, many steps. A lot of like different layering techniques. Alright, so let me get my scoreboard. Give myself some room here. I don't have the score tool yet for my Cameo, so I do all of it manually, and it ends up working out anyways, because sometimes like the machines don't really score exactly where you want it to score. You know what I'm saying? Or not exactly where you want to score, like how deeply you want it to score. I don't know if you guys have that issue too. So manually, you know, you can be a little bit more firm in your scoring. Lori, you know what's funny? I've been like that since I was a kid. That was like my mom, the thing my mom always tells me. It's like, Abby, ¿qué paciencia tienes? Like, I have such patience. So whenever they needed something that required a lot of patience, they would come to me. Oh, a necklace is tangled. Abby, can you please detangle this? And I'd be like, okay. So I would sit there for hours detangling something. But I don't know, I find it to be kind of like a challenge, and I like the feeling of like accomplishing it at the end. I just got my Cricut and haven't used the scoring tool yet. Aw, thanks, Lori. So there, I created the scoring. Yeah, on my Cricut, the Explorer Air 2, I have a scoring tool for that, and I do like it. So maybe once I get the scoring tool for this one, I'll like it as well. So I went ahead and scored that, and that's going to get attached here. And that's just creating the top, the canopy for our little steamboat. But I don't want to attach it just yet because I need to do the other one, glue them together, and then attach them to the roof. When I was an independent jeweler, my friend would ask me the same thing to detangle like bracelets or necklaces. Too funny. Feel like, oh, there we go. I thought I threw both of them in there. I was like, uh-oh. I didn't want to do that. So again, doing the same process that I did in the previous one. Just going around the edge to create shading and a little bit of dimension on these canopies. On the little scallops of the canopy. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Anna. It's looking great so far. It's really going to come together beautifully. Thank you, Holly. You're so sweet. Yeah, it's hard to see, you know, I like talking to crafters because you guys get the process. You guys get the patience and the amount of work that things take. So I don't feel too pressured and be like, oh my gosh, I'm taking forever. But that's what it is, you know, it's a process. You have to work at a certain pace and add all these little steps. You can't skip over them. Okay, now the distress ink, and then moving on to adding the white accents. And if you see me dabbing it a little bit on the mat, it's because I want to make sure I don't grab too much. Sometimes it happens and I grab too much and I'm like, ah! Okay, there we are. Telling you, that little makeup applicator is disintegrating on me. Okay, now the white pen. And this is just a jelly roll. I actually have a different white pen that I enjoy more, but I'm running out of the ink. So I'll just use this one. I may have to later on go back and remark the little sections. Sandra, you're using your emojis. All right. Okay, so there's the second one. So I'm going to go ahead and do the scoring on that one. Hey Sydney, Redeemed Rose, thanks for joining. Happy Friday. It's funny, like I'm trying to make sure that this is leveled here. There we are. So when I do the scoring, it's not wonky. Hey Terry, happy Friday. Thanks for being here. If you're just joining, we are making a steamboat, like inspired after the Jungle Cruise ride from Disneyland. Okay, fold these in. All right, so now I'm going to connect these. I just realized that I should have, now we're going to have two of the same color back to back, but that's okay. That's what I mean. When you create your own, you're like, whoops. Because I don't think I can layer them. If I layer them, this is going to be, yeah, that's going to be way too small. And then I realized that I also don't need two tabs on each side, so I'm going to cut one of them. There we are. That was upside down. And then cut the other one over here. Oh, Christy, my shirt, yeah. I'm just here for the mouse. I thought it was perfect for today's project. Because you know, Steamboat Willie. I think that was Mickey Mouse's first cartoon. Hey Mary, thanks for being here. Happy Friday. Hope you are doing well. Thanks, Christy. Hey, Lauren. Thanks for being here. Okay, I'm going to connect that. And if this happens to be too small, I will just have to come back to it. I'll have to cut out another piece and add to it a little bit. But I think it should be just fine. So let me glue the other one. Hey Jean, happy Friday. Thanks for being here. Okay, so attach these together. And then if I still have daylight, I may not end up having daylight, so I may have to share this tomorrow morning, because I want to make sure I take good pictures of the project. So I may have to wait till tomorrow, depending about daylight. But we've been getting sunset in about 3 hours, so it all depends where I'm at that point. Okay, so I went ahead and connected them. It kind of looks like, it looks like a shark's mouth. more this side than anything. Too funny. Alright, so now I'm going to attach this. Yeah, and exactly my thoughts. This is too small. Okay, so I'm going to take one of these apart, the most recent one that I glued together. And what I need to do is I need to print out, or not print out, but cut out another little section to put this together. Yeah, I think so too, Veronica, but it's Friday. Yeah, so guys, this ended up being too small, so I'm going to have to cut out another section of this. I could probably do it right now, but I wouldn't be able to see your comments since I would have to use my laptop. What do you guys think I should do? Should I do it now, or should I move on to other pieces and then come back to it? Maybe while you guys think about it, we'll continue to work on the base. But you get the idea. You get the idea of what it's going to look like. I just need to add another section here. Lori says move on. Yeah, I just have to add basically like 4 more little scallops on here. So I'll leave that there. We may just glue what I have right now, but let me continue on the base of this. But that's what happens, guys. When you're doing your own little things, your own little projects, you have to tweak it as you go. So instead, I'm going to work on matting this cutie here. We're going to give it more matting, but I need to go ahead and distress these, and it's going to be layered. So I'm going to have 2 pieces attached to each other. And I think that's going to be pretty cute. So I'll get my distress ink. We're going to distress those edges. Oh, I kind of thought that was going to look dark. There we are. So I'm going to distress these edges and then attach them. Hey Gabby, thanks for being here. Happy Friday. No worries, Sandra. I will be here. There we are. And then distress the other one. And these I'm going to attach with a little bit of double-sided tape and some glue. The double-sided tape is just a lot faster since it's a big area to attach. Lori, are you crafting? What are you making? Aw, Veronica. You've been going through a lot, so it's understandable, you know, take a break. Maybe try something different. Do something else. That's what I do. Like if I'm not feeling too well or I'm feeling stressed, I'll pick something else up, like painting or watercoloring. Or reading a book. It doesn't have to do with crafting. Just something else that will make you happy. Lori, you're making flowers? Gotta finish putting my pocket letter together to mail out tomorrow. What's your theme, Shelly? Making a mini album. What's the theme, Christy? Are you using a sponge? It is a makeup applicator, yes. Flowers and bows, Sydney. Go back and forth between planning and crafting. Kiss the cook. Oh, that's cute, Shelly. Okay, so I have these two distressed. Now I'm going to add some double-sided tape onto it. And I forgot I'm going to need my ruler to cut that double-sided tape. Okay. Mary, what's the theme for your journal? I'm in the middle of a move and my whole craft room is in storage, which I really miss. Oh, that's always so hard. But I totally understand. I'm using girl power, so I think I'm going to gift it to a friend. Oh, how cute. I like that line by Damask Love. What helps you ladies help get your crafting mojo back? For me personally, I would say it's going through my stuff and reorganizing everything that needs to be organized. So then when I know where everything is and I feel like my room is clean and organized, going through that stuff sometimes will spark creativity for me. Because then I'll find something and I'm like, wow, like I want to use that like right now. Yes, Christy, it's a really cute collection. Anna, you look on Pinterest. That's a good option too. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of glue here. And this is just to reinforce the double-sided tape. And for a little bit more durability. Okay, and I'm going to be applying that on the boat. Let me give myself some space here. Oops. And that's the problem with double-sided tape, is if you don't center it right, it'll be tricky to remove. Luckily, it wasn't too attached. Double-sided tape makes me scared. I hardly use it in my crafts now because it's like, you don't really have wiggle room. There we are. I can totally relate, Abby, Veronica. I just take a small project and then fall back into a creative mood. I feel you. Aw, Gabby, you're so sweet. Also, watching craft with me or lives helps me. It definitely inspires me. That's true. Absolutely. Watching somebody else can definitely spark creativity. Or also find something that you like totally love. Like if there's something that you're really passionate about, something that you really, really love. For me, it's Disney. So that's why I feel like I've been so inspired to create, is that I can look at Disney and look at many different things that I can recreate or want to kind of attempt to recreate. So find something that really, really calls to you, whether it's flowers, you love flowers, or you love succulents, you know, work with something like that. Or if you love cooking, try to do some cooking inspired things. Okay, so I attached that side, now I gotta attach the other side. And as you'll be able to tell here, it doesn't overlap all the way. So here's one section matted, but it leaves me with a little bit of a section right here, and I'm going to cover that with another piece on here, and that's just going to create a little bit more texture and variety and the look of the little boat. Let's try to relax, enjoy the little things. Praying, looking at others' crafty creation helps me. Yes. Thank you, Gabby. It's for my daughter. Just going to alter a notebook with a designer paper. Cute. I like it. Okay. Time to add the other section here. Place that right here. Start adding some double-sided tape on this, and then we have to add the little pink sections that I have. I may add some accents of gold glitter by adding like a little stripe or something. So we'll see when we get to that point. What are your favorite color combinations? Like, what is your go-to choice of like a color palette that you gravitate towards when you craft, or even in your room decor? Like, what is something that you gravitate towards? For me, you guys already know, it's pastel colors. I really enjoy very soft, soft colors. That's what I normally gravitate towards. Jean, you like pastels as well? Anything glitter? Yes, glitter too. Pink, mint, and gold. Yep. I like those colors too. Pink, mint, and gold. Definitely Frank Garcia, he loves those color combinations. Yeah, pastels, like, really, you know, I like soft colors. I do enjoy very bright, vibrant colors for summer. That to me screams summer. That's like the only times I honestly use like really, really bright and vibrant colors. My wardrobe colors and crafting colors are so different. Sydney, me too. I mostly gravitate towards grays, whites, and blacks for my clothes. Give me a second, guys. You heading out? Okay, give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna say bye to Wolfie. Okay, I'm back. I am back. Hopefully my glue didn't dry too much here. he's heading out, so I was just saying bye really, really quick. Pink, white, and gold, Sydney. And anything glittery. Okay. Add this piece. Try to center it to the best of my abilities here. That's like always the trickiest part. There we are. Undo this side. All right. White glittered cardstock? Yes, I love white glittered cardstock. I'm actually going to use a little bit of that today, the tiniest bit. I'll show you guys. Okay, so that is matted. So you see, nice little beige boat. Now we're going to add our pink accents. So those ones are just going to create like a little bit of a border on here, like so. But I'm also going to be distressing that. I may use my Copic markers for that, because I don't want it to be too dark. I really don't have favorite color combo. I just go with whatever inspires me or what I'm feeling that day. That's a good way to go about it too. That means that you can work with many different colors, and that's very difficult to do. Okay, I'm going to use this just around the edges. So weird, guys. Wolfie hasn't gone out. Well, he's not going out to like hang out with someone. He's actually helping someone out with an event. But he hasn't done anything like that since before this stuff started. So since March. So it's kind of weird. So I'm kind of like glad that I'm live, because it's going to be weird to have the house empty. Alright, let me do the other one. Current favorite collections include Here and Now and Sunny Days. Those are pretty. Those are very different. Like Sunny Days is more softer, and Here and Now is definitely super bright and vibrant. Definitely a cute collection. I agree, Sydney. Right. Do this other section here. Today I may go on longer, so if my phone tells me that we are at like 20%, I will hook it up to the charger. But I'm not going anywhere. Don't have to worry about dinner time, since Wolfie had to head out the door. Yes, Sydney, they are blendable alcohol based. So I'm going to be getting a softer color right now to build on this. This one may be a little bit softer. I'll be here. My fiance has jiu-jitsu, so he'll be gone too. Yay, we'll keep each other company. Hey Daisy, thanks for being here. How do you like the Barely Arts glue? I'm considering buying it. I've been enjoying it. There's certain things like you have to hold it a little bit longer. It does tend to dry relatively quickly, which can be a positive or a con because you'd have to work really, really fast. But for the most part, like I use Barely Arts for this entire project so far. Yes, they do have, that's a dual brush. So it has the brush tip and then like the more, like the chisel tip. Love to know what are you lovely ladies' current favorite paper collections. So current favorite paper collection for me would have to be, can you guys guess it? I'd be surprised if you guys cannot guess what my favorite collection right now is. I feel like it goes without saying. Ooh, loud car. Try this one. And it always worries me because I'm like, oh, it's coming on so dark, but it tends to, because it's alcohol based, it evaporates a little bit. And I'm going to get my blending marker. That'll help it a little bit more. There we go. My colorless blender. Uh-oh. We got frozen. We are at 20% already. Yes. Frozen, frozen. Okay, I'm back. Thank you, ladies. Frank, just like magic. Yep. I love the Carousel collection by Maggie. Wish they re-released it. Hey, one artsy lady. Angelica, right? Or I could be wrong. I could be so wrong. I'm sorry if I am. Oh, no, I got frozen. I'm at 20%. So when it hits 10%, I will be disconnecting the mic, and I will charge my phone. I can't believe we're already at 20%. That's crazy. Okay, that's one. Got to do this other one over here. But yeah, definitely count on a longer live today, guys. At least for whatever I can do with you guys here, because I may have to do some adjustments, and that requires me using my laptop to cut things out. Lorena, I thought so. I'm like, wait, no, it's not Angelica. Thank you. Anna, you're excited for a longer live? Yeah, I know a lot of people really, really enjoy the Carousel line. I've noticed. Okay, and then use my colorless blender here. And I tend to go a little bit heavy on my Copic markers, so they're very much loved. I need to get refills. Should we start a petition for them to re-release it? Yes. Okay, so that is what it looks like. So it has like that, like a little bit of like a shading around it. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. And I will be doing accents with my white pen. Maybe that is how HS re-release them. Heidi Swap. How she re-released the other one? Maybe. Gotta make sure that this is, there we go. Actually, I will do the white accent once I know where this is gonna sit. So let's attach it, but I need to use double-sided tape for that. No double-sided tape. We will just use the Barely Arts glue, because the double-sided tape has been scaring me. I don't want to end up like not keeping it straight. And then we're like, have to deal with a crooked panel, and that's no good. Sorry, I got a phone call. Don't they know I'm watching a live video? Always getting a call. I hear you, Adriana. Okay, place this here. I'm just going to do a little section at a time. And then, yes, a lot of you were saying that I should do the gold accent. So I'm going to grab some gold paper after I mat this to create that little border. Another question for my lovely ladies. Do you prefer a 3D memory decks or a well-layered memory decks? Ooh, that's tricky. Both are pretty nice. I don't know if I've ever received a 3D memory decks though. But personally, I think I like them both. But a layered memory decks can require like a lot of like, you know, technique and a lot of color coordinating, which can be a little tricky. So I don't know. That's a tough question for sure. What's the difference? I think the 3D, she means like, you know, some people make a little hot air balloon memory decks, or some people make I've seen Cher Crane, she's done like a coffin or an elf shoe, versus like a layered memory decks is kind of like the ones that I've done. And then also Adriana has done layered memory decks, so that's just like different levels. Okay, so that is placed on there. So yeah, you guys can tell it's like super stable baby. I could probably float this if I wanted to. But that is that little side. Now I have to do the other side, and then we will do the front parts here that are going to go basically where my hands are. Do you fit the 3D on your memory decks holder? Like I said, Lori, I've never received one. I've always wondered the same thing. Like, how do you display it? I feel like I would hang it somewhere or just leave it on its own. So I have the same question. Thanks, Gabby. You make your own memory decks. I think I've never got one. Yeah, you'd have to make like your own little holder, right? I may get up in a minute and grab some water. So when my phone hits like 10%, I will go grab some water so I can be drinking some water. And then hook up my phone to the charger. So it will sound a little bit different because I have to disconnect the mic to charge my phone. That's my concern for 3D memory, says fitting them into the holder. Yes, probably can fit in the box holder. That's true, Sydney. You probably would fit it in one of those little box holders, because the spinner would not be a good place for it. Almost done with this. I went to 6 Tuesday mornings in a week to try and find the carousel collection. Holy moly! That is a lot of Tuesday mornings. I know they have it in digital form, but I think what people like hunting for is the glittered accent paper and the chipboard. I've been looking too, Daisy. I only went to one, but still hard to find. All right. So how cute is that? Now I just have to do these 2 areas right here. I'm liking that so far. Lots of dimension, lots of layers for sure. Now these little ones are the ones that are going to go right here. So it's going to cover that it didn't wrap all the way around, and it's going to add like another little level to it. Yeah, she does. Christina, who is KG Crafts, she sometimes sells it too. Said I was crazy. I'm driving all around Houston. Thank you, Lori. Abby was right. Chipboard and ephemera. That's usually what people hunt for, is the chipboard and the ephemera. Okay, so let me go ahead and distress these, and then we will layer them. Kind of thought so, yeah. Usually that's what people hunt for. And I agree, those are the trickiest to find. The paper, you tend to be able to find, I think. Go. I'm gonna do the same step on both of them, so I don't have to keep going back and forth. So what has your favorite project been this week? Let me know. Which one have you liked the most this week? On Tuesday, we did the Tiki stand, the Dole Whip stand. On Wednesday, we did the Churro stand. Today, we are making the steamboat from the Jungle Cruise. And then tomorrow's project, like I said, I won't be selling that one. And it's, again, something different. Something that I haven't tried, but I've been wanting to try. And if it goes well, I'm going to put it on my wall. So that kind of gives you a clue of what I want to try. Do this one. Churro stand. Gabby, you like the churro stand? The Dole Whip. Yeah, that one was really cute. The Tiki stand. Adriana. Hi, ladies. Cooking dinner again. Hopping around lives. Hi, Eileen. Thanks for being here. Good evening to you. What are you cooking for dinner? Anna, you like the churro stand? A lot of people like the churro stand. Get my colorless blender. Toss between the churro stand and the Dole Whip stand. Churro stand for Shelly. I can't pick. All too cute. Thanks, Lauren. The chip stand? The churro stand, Jean? I'm curious, how did you get into crafting? Daisy, I got into crafting through pocket letters. I actually, like, to this whole realm of crafting, I've been crafting all my life. But it started with me looking up stuff for Halloween from the Target dollar section. So I put Target dollar section Halloween. I wanted to see what was coming out. So I found a haul, and it was the creator of Pocket Letters, and she did a haul and she was talking about pocket letters. So the whole like Happy Mail community, I got into it because of pocket letters, and it was during Halloween, of course. But now I'm kind of gravitating more towards dimensional crafting. I like painting and like more just kind of different projects. I'm liking that side of things a little bit more. Ooh, grilled chicken salad. Churro stand, but the Ferris wheel to die for, or from 2 weeks back. Dole Whip stand. Oh, no, was that last week? No, that was 2 weeks back, I think. I can't remember now. Thank you, Eileen. Sounds delicious. Yes. Eileen, grilled chicken sounds so good. The Ferris wheel. Thank you so much, Sydney. I haven't seen the finished project of the churro stand. It's on my Instagram, Mary, but if you don't have Instagram, let me bring it over. That's how I got into crafting, was through pocket letters. A lot of people did. Give me one moment. Okay. All right, so this is the churro stand. That's the churro stand. If you didn't see it on Instagram. And it even has a little stand, a little concession stand, and a little charm. So that's the little churro stand. And then this is the completed Tiki stand. And as you can see, they're actually really, really big. They're pretty big. Peekaboo! But yeah, these two and the one I'm creating right now are going to be up for sale, up for auction tomorrow. Set these down. Okay. Thank you, Mary. Wow, you got talent, girl. I fell in love once I started working on my kids' baby books. Aw, thanks, Daisy. Oh, gee, way too cute. Makes me want a churro so bad. Thanks, Christy. Thank you, Luz. I know, Eileen. The way you made the churros so impressive. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Anna. You guys are so sweet. Okay, so let me add these now. I had a lot of fun creating those. I think that's the thing, like, you know, we struggle with, especially in the crafting community, is that finding your own voice. Like, you get, you know, everybody inspires everybody, you know, and I think it's just hard to like not get distracted by everything, by all the hauls and everything, and finding your own voice. And I think this really, really has ignited me, having the silhouette now, and just kind of like listening to what I love and kind of putting that out onto paper crafting. It's been a journey, and I think it's going to be a constant journey. I don't know if anybody else struggles with that. Okay, so that one is attached. That looks super shiny. I just saw on there, I'm like, ah! I feel like I need powder. Eileen, me every day. Oh, 10%. Okay, guys, I'm going to disconnect the mic and connect my charger here. Okay, there we are. Yeah, it's the battery percentage. So what do y'all recommend projects to start crafting? I have no idea. I've been buying supplies, but don't know where to start. I would start with something smaller and getting comfortable with a smaller space. So maybe memory decks or little embellishments. So start with something like that and start with something like a line that may inspire you. Pocket letters is a good way. Yeah, pocket letters, yeah. Or you could do the way that we all got. Pocket letters are the gateway drug for crafting. Okay, oops, I left this open. Time to do the back side of this. Okay, now that my phone is on the charger, guys, we can be on here however long we want to be. So grab a snack, grab a drink, get comfortable. Right, Holly? With cards? Cards is a good one too, Anna. And it's nice because a handmade card means so much to someone, you know? At least I think so. It's always nice to make a handmade card. Grab a plate, right, Eileen? Then Mary. 24-hour live, you know, Wolfie has been challenging me to do that. He's like, you should do a 24-hour live. I'm like, I don't know who would be on here for 24 hours with me. Are you kidding? I could probably do it, but I wouldn't want to bore people because I probably would get quiet at times. Me. You guys are so funny. Love me, Abby Snickers. Disney PJ night, yes! Yes, Eileen! I love that. Disney After Dark. Yes, Holly. Oh my gosh. You guys are saying that now, but I'm sure, like, once we're like, I don't know, 10 hours in, you'll be like, do I really want to be on here for 24 hours? Used to do it with my daughter. Aww. Abby After Dark. Yes. I don't know, I feel like I'd be talking and there's nobody talking in the chat. I'm like, they all fell asleep. They all left me. Extra magic hours, yes, Lauren. I love it. I love all the Disney references. Maybe do it for your birthday. Oh my gosh, that would be cute, Veronica. I'll be up till 5 or 6 a.m. crafting. Cannot sleep. That's true. I mean, I can stay up late, guys. Even after I turn off the camera, I'm still here crafting. If I'm adding or I'm working on something else, I'm working till 1 or 2 in the morning. So I am crafting, but if you guys want to have the camera rolling the whole time, we can try it. Hey, Lasagna, thanks for being here. Happy Friday. All right. All right, so this is now all matted. You see that? All matted. Woohoo! Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to get some gold glitter paper and we're going to create some accents here. So this is just Recollections gold glitter paper. And I'm going to be using that to create some little accents on this. I think just a little stripe. A little stripe is all we need. So I'm going to cut this. I'm just off camera here. I'm going to cut it. It's on the floor. I'm not going to bring you guys down to the floor. It's just only because my cutter is so big, guys. He is a big guy. And he would take up a lot of room. Right, 1 and 2. That should be good. I'm back. Got those cut. So I just cut little strips, probably about a 1/4 inch or so. And that is just going to create a little highlight here on our little steamboat. Liz. I actually have it listed on my Amazon Marketplace. I'll bring it up. So it's a Fiskars cutting board. And it's the big guy. Like, big guy. Look how big he is. Super heavy. It does fold for storage. But it's huge. Like, super, super huge. Hey Carmen, happy Friday. Thanks for being here. Okay, I'm gonna glue this down. Hey Angelica, pew pew, Misfit Crew. Thanks for being here. We are putting together a steamboat inspired after the Jungle Cruise. Okay, so see, look at that cute accent. I'm going to do that on the other side. Thank you, Angelica. It's available up on my bonfire on my merch account. I gotta go. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Bye, Jean. Thanks for being here. Happy Friday. Place that on here. All right. Okay. So now that is all set for the sides of our boat. And I think that is really, really cute. I forgot that I made the little indentation for the hole. There. Easy fix. So I'm going to set this off to the side. And I wanted to show you guys, when you were talking about the white glitter cardstock, this is the only amount that I'm using as white glitter cardstock. And this is to make life preservers. So little life preservers that I cut out that are going to be added to the sides. I'm going to be putting like that twine or that cording that I got to make like little rope. So I'm going to be attaching that on there. Are you excited that Disneyland is opening up again soon? Yes, I'm excited. Are we going anytime soon? Probably not. I didn't renew my pass, and I'm not going to renew hopefully until things are a little bit more clear as to how things are going with this whole pandemic. So I may not renew my pass until maybe the end of the year, or just, you know, when things start clearing up a little more. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you, Veronica. Can you, how crowded it will be? Can you imagine how crowded it will be? I know. Okay. So let's go ahead and work on, so I have a little steering wheel. So I'm going to glue that together. And I'm going to be distressing that one as well. So cute little steering wheel for our boat, because it does need a steering wheel. Otherwise, how do you know which direction you're going? You need to know the direction of the boat as well versus the front and the back. So I'm going to place this on here. And then I'm going to distress it. Yeah, the teeniest, tiniest little steering wheel. I wanted to go for my birthday, but not anymore. When is your birthday, Luz? All I want is the lifesavers. Aren't they cute? They're tiny little lifesavers I'm going to be attaching rope to. So like this is going to go on here. And I'm probably going to glue it up a little bit higher. No, actually that's a pretty good height. That's going to go on here. So let me distress it. July 9th? Oh yeah. Okay. And actually they're not opening till the 17th, I believe. Yeah, baby steering wheel. Indeed. Using my Copic marker. This is just the, what is it called? The Pale Fruit Pink. Such a funny name. Pale Fruit Pink. Now I'm going around just the edges. And that's just going to give it some shading and, like I said, make it a little bit more lifelike. But we are also going for that like cartoony kind of look to it. That's one favorite days, the July 9th. When are you doing your first live? Okay, so that is what it looks like with the Copic marker. Here's the other side that does not have Copic marker. Oh, hopefully you guys saw it. I saw that I'm off camera. Let me try it again. There you go. Okay. Take care of this side. Can you guys hear the lawnmower or the weed whacker? I hear someone using a weed whacker. I wonder if the phone picks it up. Yeah, and I may go in with white acrylic paint to create those accents. Hey Sandra, welcome back. Thanks for being here. Alright, so this has now been distressed. And I'm going to glue it on here. And I really, guys, if you have a Dollar Tree, highly, highly, highly recommend the Beacon Foam and Poster Board Adhesive. It is so good. Like, really good. You have to wait a second for it to dry. But that's how I attached the Dole whips on there without any paper. Just added a little bit on the bottom. And it holds really well. Like, I can flick them and they're not going anywhere. So highly recommend the Beacon Adhesive. It is strong smelling though. So I put a little bit here on the bottom. And I'm going to be attaching this here to the boat. I'm just going to hold that here for about a minute or so. Not a minute, but a few seconds while it dries. Yes, it works on paper. Absolutely. It's so stable, so sturdy. I love it. So it's the Beacon foam and poster board adhesive. It's so good. Okay, let that dry for a second. It does take it like a second or so to dry, but it's worth it. Okay, once I attach that steering wheel, I'm going to make the boiler for this. We're going to put it together. You should have, Eileen. Go back and get it. I'm planning on going back and buying more. It's so good. Luz, try it out. You'll love it. Like I said, it is strong smelling though, so make sure you have ventilation. Like I said though, it does take a little bit of time to dry, so I'm just gonna hold that there for a little bit. And you just have to have patience. Okay, so yeah, we have the boiler to put together. That is why I have this hole, this little hole here. Oops, dropped it. That is the roof of our boat. And that hole right there is where the pipe of the boiler is going to go through. No problem. They definitely are holly. Last night I cut a piece of paper with tabs just to see if I can copy around that box, hat box. Yes, tabs are so good. I love using tabs. You can definitely create a lot of projects with that. Bye, Lori. Have fun. Enjoy birthday dinner with your niece. Happy birthday to her. Thanks for being here. Like I said, about a minute or so for this to dry. Did you design, Lauren? Yes, I designed this. Why am I'm having such a hard time saying that word? Yes, I designed it using the Silhouette software. See, it's almost there. It's still a little wobbly, but once it dries, it's gonna be really, really stable. There it is. So it's still a little wobbly, but it's gonna dry, and once it dries, it's not going anywhere from there. Bye, Eileen. Enjoy dinner. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Luce. Thank you, Eileen. Thanks, Ruby. Hey, Bethiana. Thank you for being here. Happy Friday. I can see your vision. Oh, thank you, Ruby. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you're starting to see what it's going to look like. I appreciate that. Daisy, I haven't gotten to the point of selling the files because I do a lot of alteration as I'm working on it because I don't know a lot about the software. Everything that I'm learning, I'm self-teaching myself. So sometimes it's not exactly to the size that I want to, but I can easily alter that myself while I'm crafting. So I have to get to the point where something fits exactly like I wanted it to without any alterations. Then I will be able to sell files. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. For now, I'll keep an eye on it to make sure it doesn't fall. And then we're going to work on the little boiler. So for the boiler, I picked this up from Michael's, this kind of like gold glistening paper. They sell it in separate sheets and they're like the smaller sheets. I want to say they're less than 8.5 by 11. They're smaller than that. But I thought it was perfect for the little boiler. So I need to score these. And it's going to create two cylinders, one skinny one and one a little bit thicker. Right here. Okay, one more. Okay. And sometimes if you don't know how to create a shape with your machines, Google it. Like I looked up cylinder cutout or cylinder printable, and that helps to be able to make it on your silhouette. This one has a hole too because that's where that skinnier cylinder is going to go in. And I'm going to get a skewer, not a skewer, but a wooden dowel. And that's going to help to create the curves on my cylinder. Does anybody have an easier way to curve paper? I would love to learn if you do. Can you make a carousel next, pretty please? There is a free one. If you go to the video, the live when I made the carousel, I shared the link where I got that one, and she provides them for free. So definitely check it out. And it's super cute. Holly, a tortilla roller. I don't know if I've ever seen one. I'll have to look that up. Okay, so I'm just curving this paper so I can create my cylinders. Ooh, this one's having a hard time. Especially because it's like thicker paper, and it's okay. If it has creases and stuff, it's just going to add to the character. Loose, it is a little bit, but not as bad. I think I'm learning how to use it a little more. So it's not as loud, but it's still louder than the Cricut. But it also depends on what you're cutting. If it's just straight lines, it's not that loud. If it has like a lot of scallops and curves, or like when I did the grass for the Tiki hut, yeah, it'll make a lot of noise. Okay. So now I'm going to put together this one. And I'm going to use I'll use the Barely Art. If it doesn't work, then I will switch glues. And the reason why I say if it doesn't work, it's because it's a different type of paper, so I'm going to test it out right now. There's a Spellbinder tool that helps curve paper similar to the curve in a book that may work. Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out. I sometimes use like my table, but it doesn't work all the time. But I saw someone use a wooden dowel and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, this paper is going to be tricky to glue. So I'm going to try the poster board glue for this one as well. I've used a curling iron will heat to curve my paper. That sounds dangerous. Don't cause fires. I've never heard of doing that before. That's interesting. Will water same as when rolling flowers? Oh, so like mist your paper a little bit? Oh, okay. I never heard about that either. See, there's a lot of things that I don't know from the crafty community. Thank you so much, Luce. So Daisy, she provided the link to the carousel that I use for my project. And that one's free. So I hope that helps you out. And that's the live that I did for the carousel. Thanks, Luce. I appreciate you. I keep looking over because I turned on my hot glue gun, and I'm tempted to use my hot glue gun for this to speed things up. Tim Holtz has a spray bottle I've been using, but Dollar Tree bottles need to be gentle and just the light mist. Thanks for the tip. I'll have to try that out. Yeah, let's try out the hot glue because this is going to take ages, and it really doesn't have to be that long. Okay, I'll hold that here. It'd be interesting if this glue doesn't even hold hot glue, because that sometimes doesn't. That sometimes happens. Water is much better than fire. Yeah, at least with the water, if you ruin your paper, then oh well. Unless that was your last paper and you're like, ah, what do I do now? Okay, the cylinder's starting to get there. Little by little. Promise, guys, it will be worth it. It's those little details that make a project like pop. Then when people see it, you know, they're gonna be like, oh, you know, that's the Jungle Cruise or whatever from Disneyland. Because it has the little boiler. Yeah, hot glue is definitely working. And then where I connect the two pieces of paper, I will use regular glue for that. Just to make sure it all stays together. Question, is the Silhouette better than the Cricut? Is it better for crafters like yourself? So Daisy, I had the Cricut Explorer Air 2 for 2 years before I got the Cricut. The Cameo 4 I just got like on Monday. The Cricut is easier to use. It is easier to use for all sorts of projects, you know. But the Cameo has so many more settings, so much like you have to be kind of tech savvy to be able to use it. There's a lot of different ways that you can use it. The software is allows for your own kind of designs better than the Cricut software, I would say, from personal opinion. And you can also change the speed for your cutting. And you know how Cricut only gives you 2 options, fast or not fast. This one you can go like different speeds. You can also do different amounts of pressures, different levels, or how many times you want to go over something and cut it. You can put it, cut twice, cut 3 times. So there's a lot of different things that I've really been enjoying about it. So if you're wanting to make your own designs, I would say that yes, the Silhouette Cameo is far greater than the Cricut, in my own opinion. Might not be true for everyone, but for me, yes, it has been. And I did have the Cricut for 2 years. And the fact that I'm able to start doing my own projects now is a big deal. So great question. Okay, so now you can see I made a little cylinder, and that is going to be our little boiler. Ah, my steering wheel tipped over. I was supposed to keep an eye on it. There. It hasn't hasn't dried completely, but I just kind of straightened it a little bit and hopefully it'll stay. Wish I would have known this a year ago. I got the Cricut Explorer 2. You're right, can only do basic little projects. Yes, I got mine Christmas. It would have been 2 years this Christmas. It's probably a year and a half ago. I will try to be back. I have to feed the family. No worries, Gabby. Thanks for being here. Enjoy dinner. But yes, how cute is that? That's gonna be the little boiler. Male ladies here. That's gonna be the little boiler that's gonna go back here. I could probably put it sideways, like that. And I have a little box that I'm going to use to lift it. A little box that we're gonna put together. Just a little square. And that's gonna give it some lift. Right? Yeah, that should be it. Hi ladies, hope I didn't miss so much. Hi Nancy A. This is what we have put together so far, so you're not late. We still have a lot to do. We're gonna have a longer live today. I'm putting together a little steamboat themed after the Jungle Cruise from Disneyland. I got the Cricut Maker for Mother's Day. It's a little overwhelming. Yes, there's a lot to learn for sure. A lot to learn. Have fun with it. Take it one step at a time, one project at a time. Okay, so let me, should I put together, so I have this one. I will put the box together in a little bit. That's going to go underneath it, but I'm going to put together this, this cylinder, the little pipe. But yeah, the hot glue definitely is a lifesaver here. I always say it's cheating when you use the hot glue, but it's definitely beneficial with small little intricate pieces. And since I am having a little bit of a longer live, I totally understand you guys go in and out. I know there's dinner time, so I will be here. Okay, let's do this piece. Did you guys notice by any chance, those who have been watching the lives a lot, have you noticed that we're in a different angle now? I changed it up today. I was like, is anybody gonna notice? Hold that here. Luce and Shelly, you both noticed? You don't see Pochaco. Thanks, Bethiana. So the reason why is because on the side where we were crafting, I have decided to make that the permanent station for my Cameo. So I don't have to be moving it around. I would have to luggage it off my table, and it doesn't fit where I used to have my Cricut. So I'm like, okay, your permanent home will now be on my table. And I got my furniture from IKEA all set up, and that's my little crafty corner. I love it. I can't wait to fully set that up. So things are looking pretty good in here. I'm pretty happy so far. Terry, you see it now? You guys can see my door. Yes, that's what I've been doing, coming back and forth. No worries, Sandra. I'll be here. I have to get going. I'll watch the rest of the replay. Have a great weekend, everyone. Have a great weekend, Angelica. I will be back on tomorrow at 1 o'clock. But if you guys want to enter into the auction, that'll be on Instagram from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. There's my chair is so squeaky. Not squeaky, but like the leather on it makes all sorts of funny sounds. Hold this down. Almost there, just one little piece here, and then I can put them together. Ooh, this one is giving me a bit of a harder time. The hot glue isn't holding it together, and I think it's because it's a longer piece, so it's putting more pressure on it to hold it together. Hold it in. Hey, Christian, happy Friday. Thanks for being here. I have to always stop myself and hold myself from saying Christiane. Thanks for being here. We're putting together a little steamboat inspired by the Jungle Cruise from the ride at Disneyland. I don't want to keep butchering your name. I think it's because like I accidentally learned it that way, and now it's like kind of stuck in my head. But I have to force myself to rewire my brain. Okay. Telling you guys, this one's tricky to put together. Luckily, I have a wireless glue gun, but I have to put it back on its dock to make sure it stays hot. But for now, it's working okay. Thank you, Christian. I love how you guys say hi to each other. You guys are all so welcoming and kind to everyone. Okay, now let's glue these together. And I will use my poster board glue to help me cover up any edges that are kind of funky. Almost there, and no more cylinders after this. Woohoo! I agree, Christian, it is an amazing community. Crafty friends are rare to find, priceless, yes, Betiana. You guys are all sweethearts. I have talked to several of you through messages, and getting to know you on a one-on-one basis is super sweet. So like I said, message me and I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to get to know you a little more. Okay, now I will use my Barely Art glue to close off the seams, and that will hold it together a little bit better, and it does dry clear, which is the good thing. It's amazing being with you all, absolutely. always have to say hi to everyone. Yes, Sandra. It makes everybody feel welcomed. It's really sweet. It's a nice trait to have. Okay, so that's the cylinder. Not the prettiest cylinder, but it is a cylinder. And we achieved that. And you remember the little hole that's in this bigger one. So this should be able to feed through there. If not, I will have to force it. Yeah, I think I'm going to use something a little bit bigger than this. So I can feed this one through there. Yeah, I need to find something a little bit wider. Give me a second. What can I use to widen this? I have like glue stuck on me. That's too wide. I'm gonna use this and see if I can widen it. Ah, you guys saw tummy. Sorry. I don't know any crafty friends I can meet and share a crafty day. Aw, Bethiana. I hope you get to meet someone close by. I try to say hi to many as possible. I watch on TV and use phone to comment, but I'm a slow typer. That's okay, Mary. I'm just using this to kind of like fold the edges in and make this a little bit wider to be able to feed this through there. There we are. We did it. It looks like a little hammer. I made a hammer, guys. How cute is that? I could use this for the auctions. Too funny. That's so funny. So now I should know how tall this will be. But this will get fed through here. See, through this little hole. That one actually went through just fine. Like so. A gavel. Yes, Terry. That looks just like a little hammer. But see, it'll fit through here. And you guys can start seeing this kind of come to life. Right? How cute! It's coming to life little by little. I'm excited. Take that out for now. But I have to put these together, and those create just a little bit more. Oh, actually, yeah, I'll put them together, but don't put them yet on the pipe, because it has to be done after it's fed through the hole. Thanks, Terry. Thank you, Lauren. So I'm just putting two little circles together so that it's not, so that it's gold on each side and not white on one side. And this is going to get glued on here to make it look more like a little steam pipe. But I'll do that after the fact. All right, so now we are going to put together the tiny little box that's going to give height to our little engine, our little steam engine. And it's a tiny box, guys, like the ittiest bittiest little box. I wasn't expecting it to be so tiny, but it will work. I'm kind of surprised that I can score it. It's so small. Okay, one more to score. nomás. Okay. Okay, so it's a tiny box, so we'll see if these little folds or tabs are going to work. And this is just to give a little bit of height. I could probably use foam squares, but they're not going to look as cute. It's going to be obvious that they're foam squares. So we've been on for 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. We'll probably shoot for 6:30. So whatever I can make until 6:30, that'll be a 3-hour live. Can't stay, just wanted to pop in and say hi to you guys. Hi Alondra, thanks for being here. Even if it's just to say hello, I appreciate it. Happy Friday to you. We're putting together a little boat inspired by the Jungle Cruise from Disneyland. Okay, looks like it's gonna work. We shall see. It's just a little rectangle that's going to give height to our little steam engine without having to use like foam squares or foam circles. Thanks, Alondra. There we are. We'll just have to do the sides, and the little rectangle will be all put together. Do you see how tiny it is? I'm working with a teeny tiny little crate. Excuse me, choking on my own spit. This is why I said I was supposed to get water, guys. Oh my goodness, that's embarrassing. Pardon me. I need to go get water. Give me a second. I will go get that before I get yelled at. That is a good reminder. Have you ever laughed and you're like, ah, it went down the wrong pipe? Embarrassing. Now that'll be on the internet forever. Once I'm done putting this together, I'll go get water, I promise. Okay. Hold this here. Okay, so look how itty bitty and tiny that is. It's like so small. It's about an inch, I would say. An inch by an inch and a half. The tiniest little rectangle. Holy mackerel. And that's just going to give height to our steam engine. Thank you, Luz. So I'm going to put that on there and then go get my water. Bye, I gotta go to bed. Up early for work. Bye, Lauren. Thanks for being here. Have a good night. Get some rest. Gotta go. Miss you guys. Bye, everyone. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye, Alondra. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, see? So that gives height to our steam engine. So when I put it in here on the boat, the little steam engine will be up higher. And I don't want to glue it in here just yet because I want to make sure it lines up with the roof. She did a hit and run. Drive-by hello. But how cute. I like that. That's going to give height to our steam engine here. So let me go get my water before I have another choking accident. Give me one moment. Okay, I am back. I'll put this, I'll put this over here. Hey Kayla, happy Friday, thanks for being here. Sorry you came in when I went to go get water. But we're putting together a little steamboat. Okay, so we put that together. That's what I was most worried about, was that little steam engine. So now that we have the steam engine put together, now we are going to assemble or put together the little lifesavers. And for that, I'm going to need some rope, my scissors, some faux rope, it's just cording, and then my hot glue gun. Okay. So if you ever seen a little life preserver, it kind of has like rope tied around it. And that's what I'm going to try to mimic with my hot glue gun. And I'll show you guys right now. But definitely working with teeny little pieces to give those little details. Okay, get my hot glue gun here. Try to dollop of glue. I just got home from work. My hubby went fishing, so I'm going to be crafting tonight. It's funny, a lot of husbands are gone. Mine is gone too. He went to help someone with an event. And then somebody else, I think it was Adriana? I can't remember. Somebody else also, their husband went to jiu-jitsu. So girls' night. All right. And then a little bit of glue on the front. So that's why I said it's going to be a little bit of a longer live today, so we can all enjoy each other's company. Okay, so far I have one little section done here, and I'm going to do that 4 times, so a total of 4 times. I have to kind of hold it here so it zooms in on the, or focuses on the lifesaver. So I'm going to be doing that 4 times, and it's going to give it more of that look of a lifesaver. Thank you, Sandra. A life preserver. Because even cute little steamboats made out of paper need life preservers. Ooh, I made that a little too long. Trim this down. What is the most detailed project that you have created? Like ever, lifetime. What is the most detailed project you've ever made? I'm always curious because these ones have definitely, the projects I've been doing these past couple weeks have been very detailed, but so worth it. Bettiana, your gnomes, and those gnomes are gorgeous. They're so pretty. A wedding album. Aw. For yourself, or was it a gift for someone? Or a commission? Hold this here. Will you do a room tour? I'm curious as to how you store your stuff. I'm anxious to move to a bigger home to have my own room. I know it's been a request. I've just got new furniture and I'm starting to change things around. So yes, I do hope to do a room tour. I'm not going to give an estimated time, but soon. It's just whenever I really have time to organize things. But I will do a room tour for sure. For your cousin, aw, I'm sure they appreciate it. That's a lot of love. Okay, 2 more on here, and then we have 1 more to put together of these little life preservers. And these are usually the details I do off camera, but like I said, it's a little bit of a longer live today, so you guys can see more of my process. Oops, that string's going to be too small, so I'm going to cut some more. Got all sorts of glue strings stuck on me. It's like when you get like a spider web stuck on you, you're like, can't get it off. There we are. Someone's been using a weed whacker for ages. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but they must have a lot of weeds. It's not super loud, but if you guys hear that, it's the weed whacker. Oops, gotta move this down a little bit. There we are. How did you get the idea of a steamboat? Mary, I wanted to, I've been doing a lot of Disney inspired projects, and so I jot down all like sorts of ideas of stuff that I wanted to create, and the Jungle Cruise boat was something that I wanted to attempt to create, so that's where I got the idea from, was from the Disneyland ride. I'll show you guys the completed look of the little life preserver. We'll take a little break from the next one and do something else. That's sometimes what I do. If something seems like a lot of work, I will do one and then come back to the next one. Okay, 1 more area to add the little cording. I think we've asked this question before, right? But what is your favorite ride at Disneyland if you've been? Or your favorite location? My friend, she now has a favorite Disney ride, which I think is the Haunted Mansion. But she used to not have like a favorite ride. Her favorite location though is it's called Snow White's Grotto, and that's where she has her little wishing well. Another thing is that we have like kind of like when we go to Disneyland, not so much anymore because we have a pass, but when we would go like once or twice a year, I would have like a routine that I'd like to follow. Like the first ride we'd had to go on was It's a Small World. That was the very first ride we had to go on. Of course, we had to visit Indiana Jones and the Pirates ride and the Haunted Mansion and Space Mountain and Matterhorn. Always have to get a churro. I love pretzels too. I like the Disney pretzels, so I would get a pretzel. All right. So that is a little life preserver. A mini little life preserver. And I have another one of those to do, but I will hold on that one for a little bit. I don't even go on rides. I don't know why. Just not interested. Those dang churros. Thanks, Sydney. So a teeny tiny little life preserver that's going to be going on the boat. We have another one of those to do, but I will wait on that. Okay, so the next thing is, thanks Kayla, I'm going to start adding the little canopy on this, even though I need another section. I will come back and add that section after the fact. So I'm not too worried about that right now. I will have to cut out another piece. But I definitely want you guys to see what it would look like. So I can easily come back and add another little, I think it's like another 2 scallops. I'm gonna hold this there. Sometimes by placing it on the table, it's easier for me to glue it down when I'm adding scallops. Or tabs. And I do 2 at a time so that I can work around the bends. So I'll do 2 on the left and then move on to 2 on the right. I don't know how you guys do it, but I feel like that's the easiest way to work with the bend with the curve. I wish it would be faster. You could glue it all at once, but then you won't get like those really, really good curves. I bet you, Bethiana knows, like she's made some crazy dimensional projects. I don't know if anybody follows her on Instagram, but she makes some really awesome dimensional projects. I told her she gained a new fan. I looked at her page and I was like, wow, they're so pretty. Hold this here. But it's getting there little by little. And then we can add the skewers. The skewers I'm going to cut down a little bit too. And I plan on adding like, what is it, flat back beads on the top. And that's going to cover where the skewers are going to feed through and just add another, just another texture. But you can start seeing it come together. And it's very lightweight. That's the cool thing about paper, is it's very lightweight. But by adding many layers and stuff, you can make it more stable and more durable. I plan on possibly adding some flowers to this as well. To give it more of that girly touch. Refreshing my computer here. I'm working now on many of them like a mini cotton candy machine with all the cotton candy cones and cotton candy boxes inside the machine. Oh, that's cute. That sounds like a lot of work, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be really, really cute. I can't wait to see it. Super cute. I'll share. Awesome. I can't wait to see it. I bet you it's going to come out stunning. And then, like I said, I'm going to cut out another portion of this, like another 2 tabs or so, so that it meets together, since it was a little short. A lot of work. Miniatures are a pain, but I love them. Yes, I agree. They are a lot of work, clearly, from what you guys can see. We've been here for so long and only so much has been done. But once they're all put together, I think they're really cute and they're worth all the time. All the time that gets invested in them. Okay, hold this here. And then I'm glad I have a little poker tool because I put the tabs, I'm going to have to poke the holes through myself, and that's okay. Yeah, we were just short by like 1 or 2 scallops. Luckily, I still have some paper that I can cut this out of. That's always the worst. It's like you're working on a project and you run out of paper and you're like, darn! Okay, one more side. Especially if you go to the store and they're like out of that paper, like that specific shade that you were working on, and you're like, what do I do now? That's always the worst. So yeah, with my Cameo, I will cut out 2 more tabs off camera. Is it 2 or is it 1? It may just be 1. Yeah, it may just be 1. But you see, we were short right there. But overall, I think that's pretty cute. And shipping is so delayed these days also. Yes, I agree. But there is the top. We're just gonna, I will come back and add another little portion to that. Thanks, Terry. This gets fed through here. Like so. So then that's going to be how our little steamboat looks. You can start seeing it. So it's very cartoony, very cutesy indeed. I like how that's looking. That's so cute. So I'm going to use my poker tool. And before I glue that in, I'm going to poke through the little holes here that are meant to be for the skewers. Thanks, Bethiana. Be careful not to poke myself. Because this is really good cardstock, I have to kind of like wiggle it in there and also not like damage my my project here. I see it coming out so pretty. Thank you, Holly. It's kind of like I'm like screw driving something. There we are. There's that one. I have 3 more little holes here, and I'm probably going to go around the edges with some more glue. Ah! See, I told you guys I had to be careful not to poke myself. I'm okay. It was only a little poke. It didn't bleed. It didn't break the skin. Okay, that was the last one. Yeah, it did not break the skin. Like, woof, that would have been bad. And it would have to run over there and get a Band-Aid to my bathroom. I should probably have Band-Aids here in the craft room, since that's where most of the accidents tend to happen. Should have a little first aid kit in here. No worries, Holly, I'm okay. It did not break the skin. It was more like a startle than anything. Okay, so I put a little bit more glue around the edge just to fuse that nice and like flush to the top of the roof. Sometimes I use a dot of crazy glue. That is a smart idea. That is so smart. I should probably do that. Knowing me though, I'd probably put crazy glue my fingers together to the project. Yeah, I feel like knowing me, I'd fuse my fingers together. Okay. All right. So I put those holes through, and these ones are going to get fed through here, but I need to first add those little circles that I was telling you guys. Since I made the holes too big on my project, felt like I had one here, and I feel like oh, there it is. I made kind of like hole reinforcers, and those are going to make the hole a little bit smaller, and it's also going to add another little texture on there. So I'm going to glue these here to my base, to my boat. And that was just a quick fix on my end because I had already cut it out, and I was like, darn. So then all I did was just made a circle that was slightly bigger than the original, with a smaller circle in the center, basically like a little donut. And that was just a super easy fix that I think even added a fun little element to the whole project. Kind of like the hardware of the boat. Uh-oh, I dropped one. I have just the exact number, so can't be dropping them. What did I miss? I'm sewing my straps. Hey, Carmen. I added the little canopy edge. I am short 2 tabs right here, so I'll have to do that off camera. And now we're going to be adding the skewers, but first I'm adding like little hole reinforcers to the boat. 1, because I made the holes too big initially, and 2, because it is going to reinforce it and it looks cute. Thank you, Carmen. Sorry, in my other comment I meant you are so creative that I bet it makes you happy when your creation is all done. Aw, thanks, Holly. It really does. It's makes it all worth it. Like, once everything's put together, I see my vision come to life, and I'm like, ah, okay, yay, it worked out. So, because I'm always like holding my breath, like, oh my gosh, please work. And since like when I'm putting it together on a live, I've never, like, you know, tried it out or tested it out ahead of time. So you guys are watching me do it to, like, all for the first time. Absolutely not, Holly. Maybe I just didn't, maybe I missed it. Okay, and then one more. I understand what you're saying. I'll have to add the hole reinforcers on the top one here too, but I'll show you guys what this one looks like so far. So there we go. I forgot to, I had Bible study. Oh, no worries, Luce. I have to go. Bye, beautiful ladies. Bye, Luce. Enjoy Bible study. So I added the little pink hole reinforcers on there. We're probably going to call it here in about 15 minutes or so. I said 6:30, so 6:17. And the rest of it I will be doing off camera. Plus I probably should go and have dinner. Pon atención. Okay, so I put those hole reinforcers, and that's where this is going to go through the little skewer. I'm going to go in with just one skewer to make the hole wide enough to where I need it to be, since I'm going to use the pointy edge at the top. Ah, that one hadn't dried. Whoops. Let me glue that back on there. Glue this little guy back on. almost there. Okay, so I made all the little holes a little bit bigger. And that's where the skewers are going to go in. And I'm going to keep them the natural like color that they already are. I'm not going to paint them because I want some natural elements, and that's going to tie in the cording that I'm using too. So I need to make sure that they're about the height of the little steam engine. Actually, even a little shorter, because the steam engine is going to go up a little higher. Just mark that on there. Hopefully I can catch that. Yeah, I can see it. So let me get some different scissors, and I'm going to cut the rest of these. You know, you have those special scissors that you use to cut like thicker material. You don't want to use your best scissors for that. So I just have these like old beat-up scissors. And when I cut skewers, I kind of just go around and kind of mark it and then just cut it with my hand, or break it apart with my hand. Like that. Really easy. And then I'm just going to line them up to cut the other ones. Do you have an easier way to cut skewers? This is the way that I do it, but I wonder if there's like an easier way. So that's 2 so far. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add like a dollop of like strong glue, so maybe the poster board might work, but that's how it's going to go. It's going to be placed like that. And after I add all of these, I'm going to go in with the cording, the rope, to just kind of add like a safety line, you would say, all around. When I put together these projects, what I also do is I look up a picture of the Jungle Cruise ride, and I'll look at it, and I grab all the different details. That's how I know all these different little things to add to it. So I try my best to make it look like the actual ride or whatever. I use my Tim Holtz scissors. I'm scared of using my Tim Holtz scissors. I don't want to ruin them. Although I know they're made for all sorts of material, but I'm always scared of ruining my scissors. Do you have wire cutters that you can use to cut the skewers? Ooh, I do have wire cutters. I've never tried using wire cutters. Let me see. So I have my little wire cutters. Ah! I could probably kill someone with like a flying arrow. It works, but that's scary. I like basically, they went and stabbed my poor cinnamon roll plushie. That was too funny. I'm gonna use my scissors. That works though, but I don't want to be here on the live and like poke my eye out. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Too funny. Oh my goodness, that scared me. Are you awake? I'm awake. After that. That's too funny. Glad I made you guys laugh. See, that's easier for me. Oh my gosh, that was funny. Oh. I've had my scissors for years and years, and they are just fine. Oh, awesome to hear. Okay, maybe I'll be more adventurous with my Tim Holtz scissors. Ew. I'm gonna use a different one. Look, that one has like a weird, weird color right there. So let me grab a different skewer. There's actually one on the ground that must have fallen earlier. That's probably why, because it was a little janky at the bottom. Oh man, safety goggles required in the craft room now. Yep. Now I'm going to cut this little pointy bit. Guys, you already know that on a live I got a needle straight through my finger, so yeah. I'm a little bit klutzy, I guess. See that? I made sure that wasn't gonna jam in my eye. Now I'm scared. Okay, almost there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 more because I have one right here in my hand. Three more to go. Oh, and we're coming up on our time, and the rest of this I will be doing off camera. But this will be a good place to pause because I still need to add the other 2 little tabs. And plus I know it's a Friday, a lot of people have things to do, or that it's dinner time. Or they're on date night. Since things are opening back up, I think people are going out more, or going out for a drink. Woohoo! We did it, and we didn't poke any eyes out. We just had that one little incident. All right, so that is the different little skewers that are going to go on here, and this will be placed on top. I of course will line it up. It'll be placed like so, and we're going to put the little engine. The little engine's going to be sticking out, so let me place it in here. It's basically gonna go like so. So I still have a lot of work to do on it. I have a lot of details to do. I'm going to be adding the little rope and the little life preservers. So the little life preservers are going to be placed like so. I'm going to be adding little flowers and stuff. I have the little seat that's going to go straight in the middle. It's also going to have a sign up here that says the Amazon Abbey. That's what this one's called, the Amazon Abbey. And yeah, other little details. I'm excited. I'm excited to put it together. Yay. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Nancy A. Pink cotton candy smoke. Holly, that is such a cute idea. I love that. To put it, what a cute touch. I love that idea. I will have to see how I can incorporate that. Such a cute idea. My heart, Amazon Abbey. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Kayla. So yes, I have a lot of work to do on it still, but I will be doing that off camera. I think I've taken up enough of your time. I hope you guys all take care. Remember that the Tiki Hut, the Dole Whip one, and the Churro stand, and this one will be up for auction tomorrow on my Instagram account from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I will be back on tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and we are putting together one final project. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend, and I will be catching you guys tomorrow in tomorrow's live. Have a great night. See you next week. I can't make the auction. No worries, Terry. Take care. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Sydney. No problem, Christy. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. Good night, Sydney. Good night, Carmen. Bye, Mary. Bye, Holly. And Kayla and Nancy A. Take care, everyone. Thank you for being here, whether it was from the beginning, you just joined, or you guys were here earlier. Have a wonderful time.